Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, salute everybody. Good morning for tapping on in, or good afternoon, or good night. Appreciate y'all from wherever y'all coming from. Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in the building. If y'all can hear me, press 1, man. Let me get a mic check real quick. 1 2 1 2. If y'all can hear me, press 1, man. And salute, man. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man. And shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel, man. Man, bro. Again today, bro, we wake up to 10 Cash App donations, man, from everybody just showing love, man. And I really appreciate all of you guys. Deborah, salute to you in the Cash App coming through with a $30 donation. I appreciate you. Also, let me see. Janine, salute to you in the Cash App with the donation. I appreciate you. Delbert, you already know what it is. My brother Delbert Harris in the building. Salute to you, brother. You came through with a $20 donation. I appreciate it, man. Sylvia, I appreciate you. You came through with a $15 donation. Salute to you. My sister, much love to you. Much appreciation to you in the Cash App. Also, Emerald, I think that's how you pronounce it. Salute to you in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you. Also, let me see. Who else is this? Hold on. Last one I just did was Emerald, right? Okay. Yeah. I think that's the one. Okay, yeah. Wesley, salute to you, brother. I appreciate you in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you, sir. Samuel, salute to you in the PayPal. You came through in the PayPal $25 donation. Salute to you, my brother. And I think I see Kender, salute to you with the donation. Come through with a 20 spot. Salute to you this morning. Look, let's get right into it. So if y'all want to donate, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Cash App, PayPal, let me know what you think. All you got to do is click one of those links pinned at the top of the chat room and hit me and let me know what y'all feel, man. I appreciate all the love, all the support, man. Everybody coming through, just showing love big time, man. I appreciate y'all for showing me love for the work that I'm putting in on this case right here. Look, so before the jury came in this morning, and I did a video this morning. You guys can go check out that video that I did when we go to lunch. I did a video this morning, and I basically just explaining to all of these people that a lot of people is out here complaining, you guys. They're complaining and crying about a jury and a juror and this, that, and the third. Listen, let me say this to y'all. I'm not worried about a juror. I'm not worried about 2 or 3 jurors. I'm not worried about a hung jury. I don't care about a mistrial. The only person that a mistrial in this case benefits is Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers. Let me repeat myself again. The only thing that a mistrial in this case, helps is Sean Combs' lawyers because they get more money. They get to stay on longer. This case gets stretched out for another year or 2 before they got to go back in there again. It doesn't benefit Diddy. He doesn't get out of jail. His ass is going to sit in jail until the next court date. And they're going to run it back and do it all over again. That's how it goes. You have to be found not guilty in order to walk out of court like that. Now, the way it goes is normally if you had bail before your trial started, you will continue to be on bail until your next court date and your trial is restarted. If you were rejected bail, you stay in jail. What is wrong with these people? Let me repeat myself again. If you were previously rejected bail and you get a mistrial off a hung jury or a mistrial period, you stay in jail until they decide your new court date. Period. That's all there is to it. I know common sense ain't common in this world that we live in. But these people are running around here acting like that if Sean Diddy Combs get a mistrial, it's over with. Are you crazy? He still goes and stays in the Metropolitan Detention Center. And he probably gonna stay in there for another year or 2 years before he even get a trial. And that helps out the government. Why? Because that allows them to do more investigations and tack on more charges for your retrial. Remember, the government only had 6 months after originally charging Diddy to add on more charges. They had 3 superseding indictments in those 6 months. If you give the government another year or 2 years to investigate Diddy, that man had 10 charges going in prison. Going into his court case. Listen, that's why he wanted a speedy trial. You got people literally running around here thinking that if they get a mistrial, Diddy walks free. No, you only are able to be out on bail if you already had bail, which he was rejected 3 times. Lord have mercy. People don't have common sense in this world. Ain't common. A mistrial off a hung jury does not mean you won the case. You only win the case if you're found not guilty. That's it. That's it. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man. People are out of their mind, and I don't know what's going on with these people. I think people really have some serious issues going on. You understand what I'm saying? You said, how do I know, says Ricky C. Nigga, because I know the law. I went to school and studied. The hell is you talking about? How do I know, nigga? It's the law. You learn this in criminal justice. Did you go to class? Lord have mercy, man. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, man. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, bro. These people don't lost their name. He gonna ask me, how do I know? It's the law. What you mean? It's in the law. It's in the law. The only way Diddy walks out of court without no issues is if he's found not guilty. And he has to be found not guilty by every single juror. I don't know what's wrong with these people. The feds would just run them back, run them back, run them back, run them back. This is the same thing they doing with the what's the guy's name, y'all? Melly. I forget his name. Melly. His case started in 2018. This man been locked up since 2018. It's 2025. He's still trying to get bail. And they said, nope, they rejected bail. Nope, stay your ass in jail. We get you another court date. That's how they operate. He previously did not get bail. That's why I don't think that people understand this, bro. They denied Diddy $50 million bail 3 times. He's not getting out, bro. He's going to sit in there. And what's going to happen is now, if they have a retrial, man, the feds come back with bro. That fool will have like 10 charges against him. Because now they will have the ample time to do the full investigations they needed to do to bring all the charges. That's why they kept putting superseding indictments on Diddy, because they were still investigating him. So now, if you give the feds another 1.5 years or 2 years before they have another trial date, man, they gonna come back with 10 charges on this dude. I'm talking about beyond sex trafficking and racketeering and prostitution. You guys got to understand what I'm saying to y'all. Listen. So anyways, man, boy, these people crazy as hell, man. These people on YouTube, man. Oh, man, you going to get out, man. He's going to get out, man. No, he ain't. Yeah, that's why everybody keep talking about, I'm worried about the jury. I ain't worried about it. All they going to do is hold up, wait a minute, let me get some tricking in it. A hung jury is nothing more than they got to go back and redo the case with a whole new jury. That's it. They're going to go pick a new jury and retry his case in another year. He's going to sit in jail while they're waiting. That's all. It just starts over again. And if it happens again, guess what? They do it again. If it happens again, they do it again. He sits in jail. I don't understand why people don't understand this. This is basic. I'm just trying to tell y'all this. This is basic law. You can go look this up. It's legal in the law books. A mistrial doesn't mean you're not guilty. So everybody's wondering, why do Diddy's lawyers want a mistrial? The money, Lebowski. A mistrial for Diddy's lawyers get them paid. It gets them paid. Right? Kara, salute to you in the cash app with a donation coming through with a $50 donation. She says, cook these bums ticket. I'm telling you, it's crazy. The only person that a mistrial benefits is Diddy's lawyers. Why? Because they get more money off fees. So imagine Diddy's lawyers saying this case can be over with in 4 weeks versus 4 years. What you think they want? They want to keep getting that check. They're going to keep getting paid the whole time because they're going to have private investigators. They're going to have to do casework themselves. They're going to have to be working that trial the whole time. That's how all your money gets drained because you ain't making income, but you paying legal fees the whole time. That's how these guys run out of money to be able to fight the system. Period. So a mistrial is the worst thing that can happen to Diddy because all that's going to make him do is spend more money. That's it. On lawyer fees, legal fees. That's it. So let's get into it, man. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man, but, you know, I am a cooker, so I had to cook. But, yeah, before the jury came in this morning, the judge, he said, well, what about the witness conflicts with other romantic partners? And the government says, well, the last one was with a colleague, not a girlfriend. And so, it goes on. Diddy's lawyer says this is an impeachment material. The judge says these are assaults under Rule 608B, ? Is that fair? Diddy's lawyer says it's not 608B. We're happy to provide the proffer ex parte. It's difficult to explain the fact. Judge says ex parte proffer is irregular. The filings too. Diddy's lawyer said we want to put it in the album art for Mrs. Ventura's Love, a Loser video. It shows she is engaged in business independent of Mr. Combs. You're going to ask, why do you need the photos? The judge said, I was going to ask that. The government has done it too. The judge says, I don't see the probative value of these defense exhibits. The defense is free to question the witness about them. What about drugs? Diddy's lawyer said, it shows that the witness was taking ketamine with Cassie and Diddy didn't like it. The government said it's inadmissible. The judge says, Mr. Combs says it's whack or whack. It goes to state of mind. It's admissible. Anything more? Dr. Hughes letter, ? The judge says, look, man, the defense has till Monday to respond. Is Dr. Hughes' second testimony about coercive control, blah, 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 blah. And see, everybody got mad at me last night. And I'm going to say this right here because I keep it a bean on my channel, bro. Bro, let me tell y'all something. Cassie is a victim, but Cassie is a bad person, bro. She turned into a bad person. Cassie is definitely a victim of that demon, Sean Diddy Combs. Cassie turned into a horrible person to her friends. These are all facts. All her friends went around and said she changed when she got around Diddy. Literally, she was walking around here on a high horse. Her own friends said this about her. Didn't even have no love for this girl no more. After, and I'm gonna tell you something. Diddy beat the holy hell out of one of your friends that you know before him, and you still take that nigga side. Nope. Cassie turned into be a horrible person. And this is what I tell y'all about selling your soul. You a good person. You were with Ryan Leslie. You wanted to up yourself. So what did you do? You go over there and you go hang out and hook up with Diddy. When you was with Ryan Leslie, you wasn't doing all that stuff with Ryan Leslie. You still had a hit with Ryan Leslie before you met Diddy. But you wanted to elevate. So you ran over there around Diddy. So everybody keeps talking about, oh, leave Cassie alone. I'm not leaving her alone. She was a co-defendant in this case. She took a plea, or excuse me, immunity. If she didn't take immunity, she'd have been charged with Diddy. People don't understand this. So yes, Diddy's a demon. He's evil. He did Cassie dirty. Coercion, mind control, all this other stuff. But Cassie put herself in a bad situation too. I'm telling y'all this. When you seen what type of stuff from the jump you was getting into, man, I'm telling you right now, bro, you got to look. You got to say, hold on, man. Hold on. Nah, man. But Cassie was getting deep in it. Then she was going to find people doing all this, doing all that. I'm telling y'all the whole truth. And see, people don't like to hear the truth because they want to hear what they want to hear. But I'm going to tell you what the real is. The real is that Sean Diddy Combs is a walking, steaming piece of you know what. But Cassie Ventura turned into an evil, a very bad person. Because what type of person would subject and bring your friends around a devil like that? She kept bringing her friends around this devil, a nigga that's beating on your ass. A good friend would keep them away. Like, nah, I don't want y'all to come around. She brought them around. She brought the white girl around Diddy. And Diddy beat her ass, hit her with a clothes hanger, and choked her out. And what did Cassie do? Turn around and took Diddy's side. And the girl got up there and said, that's why we ain't even talked since 2018. She was Cassie's friend before Diddy. She said this. So all these people that's in the comments, y'all don't even know Cassie. I'm going up to people who know Cassie. Her new friend that's in court today. The lawyers up here saying that she was doing, ended up doing drugs with Cassie. These are facts. Horrible. Horrible. And I'm going to tell you something. Cassie has learned a significant lesson from this. So I'm happy to see that she has got her life back on track. She's moved on. And you know what I'm saying? She's doing the right thing now. I'm happy to see that. But when you go to that dark side, it turns you into a dark person, bro. It does. It has you doing stuff that you normally wouldn't even never be doing. But people's hunger to be in that industry, hunger to be in that limelight, hunger to be in that situation. This is what we typical call selling your soul. Right? I'm just telling y'all what the truth is, man. So when you start bringing all your friends, because I believe Diddy's a piece of shit. He's a demon. That nigga did all that shit they saying he did. I believe it. But Cassie, you bringing all your friends around this nigga. Now you got your girl coming in here today, your other girl coming in here today. This nigga done hung her over a 17th floor balcony effing with you. Disgraceful. Messing with you, and you got her up there in that room knowing what type time Diddy's on. You know Diddy's on demon time. But you got her and her girlfriend up there in the room with you knowing how Diddy get down. Then he come in the room, this girl don't even weigh 100 pounds, Diddy holding her over a balcony, slamming her into the... So everybody around you got to get their ass whooped because you bringing all these people around this monster. That's crazy. So anyways, the government says, We're working on a different instruction before the testimony of Jane on the pseudonym issue, right? The judge says, just hand it up if you agree, and I'll read it. Does the witness, Brianna Bognan, who these clowns came in the comment section last night, oh, Ticket, you doxed her name. Nigga, shut up. Her name is public. Don't you know I'm all up in the paperwork, nigga? Her name is public information. She ain't victim number 2. She's a witness, a corroborating witness to the violence, nigga. That's what the feds are doing. The feds are showing a pattern of the racketeering with the violent pattern of this guy. That's a part of the RICO. Showing that these guys were able to commit violent, treacherous acts consistently. That's why they bring all these people in here and talk about this shit he's doing. Everybody said, oh, this sounds like abuse. Duh. It goes under the RICO to show the coercion, the control, the beatings. That wasn't nobody safe that was around. They all getting their ass whooped. They all getting stepped on. They all getting their lives threatened. That's what they're showing. I swear to God, they put me on any one of these TV networks, I would destroy any of these clowns that's up here running their mouth to act like they don't know what's going on. This is an easy case, open and shut, nigga. That's why I told you he going to prison for life. And if they have a hung jury, they're just going to run it back, rub, double bath, nigga. They're going to run it back on his ass and rack up more charges. Drain more of his money. That's what y'all don't understand. So the judge says, does the witness, Brianna Bongon, need a Fifth Amendment immunity order? Yes. See, the judge asked, does she need immunity too? All these people need immunity because all these people were out here committing crimes. The only dummy was Diddy. He the only one that didn't take the plea deal. You doing crime around everyday common people. This is pure idiocy. We ain't talking about gangsters. We're not talking about thugs. We're not talking about street cats who are loyal and dedicated and committed to the game. We talking about Sean Diddy Combs messing with everyday average working people. He's an idiot. Because when the shit fly, they all gonna tell on you. Ain't none of these people willing to go to prison for your sorry ass. And they was all breaking these laws, doing drugs, all this stuff. That's why the judge says she needed an immunity agreement. Because she was going to plead the Fifth to protect herself from being prosecuted. That's why in the paperwork, they called Cassie a confidential informant because she was working with Diddy. That's the part everybody wasn't understanding, wasn't reading the paperwork. I told y'all that from the beginning, but a lot of y'all took you didn't understand what I was saying. Now, the lady on the screen is the girl that's Cassie's friend who this nigga Diddy hung over a 17th floor balcony and slammed her ass into the goddamn furniture and sexually assaulted her, abused her ass. She coming to court today. And then victim 2 is coming this afternoon. And victim 2 is bigger than Cassie. Victim 2's story, let me tell y'all this. Victim 2's coming today, her story is bigger than Cassie's. That's the part y'all don't understand. Victim 2 is going to be on the stand from this afternoon all the way to next week. So everybody keeps talking about Cassie. Round 2, nigga. Round 2. Because victim 2 is coming this afternoon and is going to be on the stand until next week. And this girl on the screen is not victim 2. That's why I told them clowns last night. Come on my channel. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. Don't come over here playing with me. I'm surgical with this thing. This girl named Bonna is in the paperwork publicly. She's a witness who was also, she's just like the white girl. She got assaulted and fucked up by Diddy. So she's coming in to give her story. And y'all keep asking, what does all this mean? It all goes under the RICO, the racketeering. It shows y'all the influence, the abuse, the assault, the coercion, the control, everything else that he had over all these people because of the enterprise he was running. People were afraid to go against him. So he used beatings. He used all this stuff to intimidate all of these people. That's why they got all these people coming in testifying against this nigga. It's easy work. A caveman can do this. But here's the problem. When Cassie bringing these people around and then these people committing crimes too, guess what happens, y'all? Now they in the loop. Now they got to come in here and take immunity agreements to stop themselves from being prosecuted. Because they done came around Cassie, got around Diddy, and started committing crimes. So they don't gave this girl an immunity agreement this morning. Let's keep going. Because she wasn't going to talk. That's the thing people got to understand. These people wasn't going to talk because they was going to incriminate themselves in crimes. So the judge says, I'll ask the courtroom deputy to check on the jury. As the jury comes in, it says, first, we wish to enter some exhibits and the evidence, says the government, before the jury. A search of a two-star island, right? Two-star island. They're putting in evidence. For all y'all who say, hey, man, where's the evidence? Shut your ass up. They putting it in court. They like to enter exhibits into evidence before the jury, a search of two-star island by HSI, right? That's basically Homeland Security, right? Found this cell phone. Now, part of 14, these exhibits are excerpts of the data. So they just entered evidence in the courtroom off of cell phones in Star Island. Now the government says this. The data shows Twitter exhibits and text to D-Rock, who says, we in the security room. The owner says, what does Shorty say? D-Rock says, Cass is calling the studios looking for you. The owner says, what did she say on the other thing? Act like I said I am not fucking with her. D-Rock says, okay. The owner asks, how is her eye? D-Rock says, I told everyone a fight broke out in the club. She ain't tripping. She ain't telling nobody. I'm about to call you. Bro, listen. They got, feds got all this shit. They gonna line Diddy up with the evidence in court, nigga. These people talking all this shit. They got paperwork. They got evidence. They got phone files. All these exhibits are being shown to the whole courtroom. This the part y'all don't understand. You guys are hearing pieces of transcripts. You getting a piece of the pie, nigga. Give me the whole thing. The government says, or the judge says, thank you. Can the government call this next witness? The government says, man, they say, the government says, we call Frank Piazza. Now, this is the audio video forensic expert, right? They say, where do you work? He says, legal audio and video. They say, have you testified before? He said, mostly in criminal matters. I've also done some civil and depositions. The government says, we move to qualify Mr. Piazza as an expert. Diddy's legal team has no objection. That should tell y'all something. Diddy's legal team has zero objection. The judge says he's an expert. The government says, how many times have you worked for the Southern District of New York? He said, 50 or 100 times. The government says, does that impact your testimony? He says, no, because I do 75% defense work. Diddy's in trouble. Let me explain this to y'all real quick for people who don't understand. That man said he do 75% of his testimony for the defense. So the fact that he's doing this now for the prosecution, Diddy's toast. That nigga's toast. He does 75% of his testimonies for the defense. 75%. I want y'all to think about this. 75%. He works for the defense. So now that he actually doing something for the government, man, this is bad work. And then Diddy's lawyers, they couldn't go against him because they know he do a majority of his work for defense, criminal defense. So it is impossible for them to try to call him out on his record. The government says, are you being paid? What is your hourly rate? He said, oh, it's $295. Right? Let's get to it. Right? And this is why I say to everybody that's watching this stuff, man, you guys, y'all got to have, like, people got to be very intelligent. We got a lot of people that aren't intelligent just running around here just saying anything, man. It's crazy as hell, man. I tell you, man. I tell you what, man. It really makes me sick because it's disgusting. Anyways, the government says you analyze cell phone videos and surveillance videos. Mr. Piazza says, yes, I do. Right? He says, yes, I do. The government says, let me show you. Now, this is a video back to that hotel with Diddy and Cassie. The government says, and they show the video of Diddy kicking Cassie in the towel. The government says, what is a frame rate? And he says, it's a frame per second. It can cause a video to have more info per second. Mr. Piazza says this cell phone video of a video was shot on an iPhone 6, 30 frames a second. It was not edited or tampered with, I found. Diddy's legal team are liars. First of all, Diddy's done. His legal team just got exposed on the stand for being liars. They told everybody that that videotape was tampered with. Diddy's legal team came out and said the tape was tampered with. They put this dude on the stand just now that Diddy's team did not, 100%, did not object to being on the stand. And this is after Diddy's team said that that tape should not be admissible because they say it was tampered with. Now, this video expert does a majority of his work for criminal defense, not for the prosecution. Diddy's lawyers are toast. They lied and just got exposed in open court. Listen to what he said again. He said, this cell phone video of a video was shot on an iPhone 6, 30 frames a second. It was not edited or tampered with, I found. The government said, did you reach a conclusion? He said, yeah, that they're accurate, the videos. The government says in the surveillance videos, he said that there were some issues. He says the clock was sent to play 30 frames a second, but this was 22 frames. So it played faster. We had to account for that. The government said, how? He said, we counted the frames and used the software to correct the timing. The government says, were the surveillance videos altered? He says, no. He says the videos were not altered. Game over. Game over. Game over. Diddy's lawyers ran around here saying that the video was altered, that it was tampered with, they messed it up, they sped it up, all this other stuff. Diddy's lawyers are habitual liars. And this is why I try to tell you, they got exposed right now in open court in front of the world. Exposed as being the liars that they are. But people still make excuses. So the video expert says here the video stream was corrupted. This caused a distortion. The government says the whole file or just the 3 small pieces. He says the corruption exists in the video stream. There is a structure called a GOP, a group of pictures. We have predictive frames. He says you don't know this, but a static camera does not re-record a wall that doesn't move each second. It is repeated. Only what moves is recorded. Thank you. The government says play 55 seconds. Now the video where Diddy throws Cassie on the ground and kicks her, it's just been played. Now, as that video's been played, they say, hey, well, do you see pixelization? He says, yes. The government says, does it represent manipulation of the video? He says, no. He says, you can choose motion activity. The camera only turns on when there is motion, but it causes timestamp issues. Go back frame by frame. I want to point something out. Diddy's lawyers are conniving, scamming, lying ass lawyers who lied to y'all. So the hotel's cameras are on motion sensors. So the only reason why there will be any type of pause in the camera is because the cameras automatically start recording when there's motion. Not because somebody tampered with the videos. Diddy's lawyers are liars and just got exposed in open court. Again. They're liars. They said the tape was tampered with and edited with. It was not. They said the videotape should be thrown out because CNN edited, the CNN version was edited and tampered with and all this other stuff. They're liars. Lord have mercy, man. And ain't nobody gonna call them out on that, on being cold-blooded liars and getting caught on this shit, and they didn't even object to this dude being a video expert. Noted. He says, right? Go back frame by frame. I want to point something out. The expert says this seems to be a collision of two issues. Look at the male sitting down. There appears to be a ghost of a person. The motion activity begins to sense that we have motion. Now there's a full figure in the frame. That file is corrupted. The government says, did you make a compilation? He said, yes, your office requested it. They are edited to track the movement of individuals inside the events. The government says, does it have different camera angles in it? He said, yes. The government says, how did you show the changes? He says, a black screen is how I showed the changes. Right? The defense is in major trouble. They got caught flat out lying. Flat out lying. The government says, is this the compilation? He says, yes. The government says, play the first 30 seconds. What is happening? He says the male is running down the hallway. He threw her down, meaning Diddy threw Cassie down. Now on the screen, he's dragging her. And the government says, well, what did he just do then? He says, dragging a woman holding a bag. Now it says, now what is he holding? The expert says it appears to be a cell phone glowing. The government says, let's focus on what happens in the mirror. Play it. What happened? He said the male picked up a small object that appears to be a vase and threw it across the room at the woman. Bro, I'm telling y'all this right now, man. It's over with, bro. It's over with, bro. It's over with, bro. Oh, my God, bro. Diddy's legal team are liars. They lied just because they wanted to try to see if the judge is going to exclude that tape. And that's why I told you the judge hates that team. He's going to give Diddy life. Because they're liars and manipulators, man. And they've been caught lying again. Right? And I'm telling y'all what it is. Feel how you want to feel. I'm telling the truth. Right? Telling the truth. So everybody can see it. And Diddy's lawyers came on here lying. Lying. Because that's what they do. And that's why I told y'all I don't rock with no dudes like that, man. Dudes lying, bro. Lying scum of the living earth. Right? Lying scum of the earth. And all of this stuff, it was always going to come back. It was always going to come back. Now, I want to see what the lying lawyer's excuse is going to be this time. What's their excuse going to be this time? Jennifer, salute to you in the Cash App, the donation. I appreciate it. Much love to you. What's their excuse going to be this time? What's the liar's excuse going to be, y'all? Y'all got to let us know. What's these liars' excuse going to be this time? A bunch of liars over there. You know what I'm saying? Just demonic energy all over the place. Right? Devilish demonic energy. Oh, man. Crazy work, bro. But y'all know what's up. Love. Love. Love, man. Yeah. Love. Yeah. Love it when you scrambling and scraping. Love it when you scrambling and scraping, daddy. Yeah, daddy. Yeah. Crazy work, man. And y'all let this clown brainwash all these people. And people ain't got no shame. Right? The government says continue playing. Who is emerging now? He says the female with a duffel bag, her luggage. The government says now who? He says a security person. The government says now the man Diddy walks away holding what? He said appears to be a cell phone. He puts it to his ear. Yeah, man. I mean, he's done, man. He exposed the client, bro. You know what I'm saying? He exposed. He exposed. Nothing else to really talk about. And that's just what it is. All right? He out of here, bro. Baby girl, I know my eagle looking 40 foot. But yeah, I had to cook though. Y'all know how I had to do. I had to cook. I am a cooker. And y'all smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if y'all not subscribed. And if y'all love the content, you can hit the Cash App, PayPal link pinned at the top. Donate to the channel. Let me know what y'all feel, man. You know what I'm saying? Telling y'all what's up. right? Y'all something else, man. All right. And people running around here screaming, mistrial, mistrial. Man, Diddy gonna be in prison forever. Period. So they don't understand the mistrial actually helps the government. The mistrial, let me explain this while we got a second. If Diddy gets a mistrial, bro, they're gonna come back with 10 more charges on this dude, bro. I'm telling you, you get a government another 2 years, bro. Matter of fact, I'm finna show y'all something. So the dude's YM Melly. I think that's his name, right? Do y'all know how many days this dude has been in jail waiting on his on to get a not guilty or guilty verdict in the courts? He's been locked up, I believe, for over 2,000 days. He got a mistrial, and all the people were celebrating like he had gotten off. Man, that man still been in jail. That man been in jail since what, 2018? And he still ain't got, he's still waiting on he got to wait till next year, if I'm not mistaken, for his court date. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. These people think, oh, you gonna walk away. He gets a mistrial ticket, he gonna walk away. Man, y'all people crazy as hell. These people don't know the law. They're crazy as hell. They're deranged and insane. Now, if Diddy would have had prior bail, then he would have stayed on bail if he had a mistrial. But the fact that Diddy was rejected bail, he stays in jail if there's a mistrial. And remember, Diddy wanted a speedy trial because Diddy is smart. He didn't want the feds to be able to do a deep investigation. He wanted a quick investigation in and out. That's why his lawyers kept talking about, well, let's stick to what's being charged in this case right here. Man, if they run this case back, the government's going to come back with like 10 superseding indictments on this dude. Watch. Watch what I tell you. A mistrial only benefits the government in the long run. Because now they'll be able to have more time to do all those other in-depth investigations that they was trying to do before those 6 months. They're going to rack up more charges. And they're going to make it worse for this dude. He's going to end up wanting to take a plea. But the plea is going to get worse by the more investigation they do. That's the part y'all got to understand. So most people thought, oh, if he gets a mistrial and it's a hung jury, he walks out of court. Ain't no way in hell. You have to have a verdict, guilty or not guilty. For him to walk out, he have to have all the jurors say he's not guilty for him to walk out. Or else they just keep resetting the process. Resetting the process. Resetting the process. That's all it does is reset. So if he has 2 mistrials, guess what? He go to another trial. They just keep running it back with him. Run all of his money out. Right? So this is the part y'all don't understand. That helps the government. The only person that mistrial hurts is Diddy because he got paid more money to his lawyers. Period. But it helps his lawyers and it helps the government. Right? So the person who says not true, it is true. You don't know what the hell you talking about. You don't know the law, sir. I suggest you go and look up the law, sir. Your name is Plant City Zay. You definitely don't know what the hell you talking about, sir. I know you don't know what the hell you talking about. This is right in the law books. This is right in the law, sir. So yes, an inmate can be held in jail after a mistrial, fool. A mistrial doesn't automatically lead to release, and the decision to release a defendant after a mistrial depends on the judge and the specific circumstances of the case, right? The judge have already rejected Diddy for the third time, $50 million bail. He ain't letting Diddy go. And the judge hates Diddy. Diddy gonna sit right in there. It says, here's a more detailed explanation, buddy, right? It's not an automatic release, fool. It says a mistrial means that the trial was declared invalid, and has to be restarted, sir. Right? It's not over after a few, dog. They can keep running it back. They can keep running back mistrials until they find they can keep running back mistrials until you get a verdict. It's on the onus of the government, fool. The hell is wrong with you? If the government gets 10 mistrials, they can keep running it back. And just keep getting different juries until they find your ass guilty or innocent. You have to be found innocent or guilty. Right? Unless the government says, you know what, man, we ain't gonna do you no more. That's not gonna happen though. We saw that with John Gotti. When John Gotti was getting off, man, they kept bringing his ass back up. When they want you, they gonna keep coming till they get you. They had John Gotti 4 times before they got John Gotti. 4 times. Remember, John Gotti was going in there and beating up on their ass 4 times or 3 times. 4th time they got his ass. Period. There's PayPal link up there too, Stacey. So I'm just telling y'all what it is. So it says it's not an automatic release. A mistrial means the trial was declared invalid and has to be restarted. But it doesn't mean the defendant is automatically released. What do you mean, Ticket? I'll tell you what I mean. Right? Here's a more detailed explanation. A hung jury, brother. A hung jury occurs when the jurors cannot agree on a verdict, whether it's guilty or not guilty. A mistrial, that means if you got 1 or 2 jurors that don't agree, that's a hung jury. That will lead to a mistrial. That means that Diddy will sit in jail and they will give him a new court date and they will do this all over again. Pick a whole new jury, have a whole new trial, and do this whole thing over again. A mistrial. A mistrial is when a judge declares a mistrial due to a hung jury. It means that the trial is effectively restarted. Retrial. A retrial, the prosecutor can decide whether to retry the case with a new jury. That's on the prosecution, not on Diddy's team or the judge. Prosecution want Diddy bad. Double jeopardy. A retrial after a mistrial due to a hung jury does not violate double jeopardy clause, as no verdict was reached. Remember, if there's no verdict reached, there's nothing that Trump or anybody can do. There's no verdict that was reached. So if there's a mistrial, they can keep going over and over and over and over and over because there was not a not guilty or guilty verdict reached. So it's not double jeopardy. Other reasons for a mistrial. Mistrials can also occur for other reasons such as misconduct by an attorney or a juror if a key participant is unavailable. Right? Judge's discretion. The judge decides whether to release the defendant, and their decision will depend on specific circumstances of the case, including the nature of the charges, the defendant's risk of flight, and potential danger to the community, all which Judge Submaranian already rejected Diddy because he said that Diddy was a danger to the community. he rejected a $50 million bail. He's not going to turn around and say, okay, yeah, Diddy, I'm going to let you go now. You out your damn mind. He'll tell Diddy, he's going to sit your ass right here in the Metropolitan Detention Center for another year or 2 years until we run this shit back. Period. That's what's going on with YNMLE right now. It says bail and retrial. Listen to this. This is the part y'all need to listen to. If the defendant was on bail before the trial, the mistrial, they are likely to remain out on bail. Here's the key word right here, Janet Jackass. If the defendant was incarcerated, they will likely remain in custody until a new trial is scheduled. He's done. That means if they schedule a new trial a year from now, Diddy's going to sit in jail for another whole year, agonizing until his retrial date comes up. Right? Which means that the government will have another whole year to investigate and bring up even more charges on Diddy and add more charges to Diddy. We already talked about the double jeopardy. Let's go to the legal representation. Even after a mistrial, the defendant still needs legal representation to navigate the next steps. That's what I told y'all. That's why Diddy's legal team wants a mistrial. Not for Diddy, but for them. For them. Because they get paid more money. Greedy people. Greedy people. Greedy people. So, of course, Diddy lawyers want a mistrial. That's going to get them more money. What do you think? You think they'd rather have 4 more weeks on this case, or they'd rather have 2 or 3 more years of getting bread off this nigga? Diddy's going to run out of money. That's the point. You see a lot of these guys going through it. They run out of money going through mistrials and retrials and 3 trials. Niggas don't cut. They come out broke. So, the government says, do you find these videos accurate? He said, yeah. This was all in the footage I had. The government said, let's turn to see the sex videos, right? So they show sex videos. Exhibit PX 201 and 210. They said, let me clarify. These are under seal. They was recovered from the Frank Black user. So this is recovered from Diddy's phones. So now they showed sex videos, right? They showed sex videos, right? That's been entered into evidence by the government that were inside of Diddy's device, right? Provided to the U.S. by Cassie Ventura, right? So let me repeat that again. The government is having the video analysts analyze the sex videos, PX 201 P to 210. Now it says, let me clarify, these are under seal. They were recovered from the Frank Black user, who is known as Diddy, on a device that were provided to the U.S. by Cassie Ventura. So Cassie gave him a device that had Diddy as the user on there, that had those sex videos on there. He's done. And these niggas talking about something, oh, he gonna walk, man. He gonna walk. The government says these are enhanced versions of the original videos created in 2012 and 2014. Now they say, Mr. Piazza, what were you asked to do with the sexually explicit video? And he said, I was asked to enhance the audio component. The government says, we admit these videos into evidence. No further questions. Diddy's ass is toast. They just put those videos into evidence. And they raised the volume on that nigga. You know why? Because that nigga was probably back there doing what they said he did. Coercion, control, and telling them what to do. He's done, nigga. And they just entered it into court. And they had the audio video, who Diddy's team did not even contest. They had the audio video, man, raise the level of the audio so he could hear who really was coercing the entire event. Read it and weep. Diddyites. Y'all, I think y'all Diddyites is dumber than Diddy. He's in for a hellacious weekend, bro. Period. And here's the thing. Diddy's lawyers couldn't even object to this guy. You know why? Because he works 75% of the time for criminal defense. They know the government dotted their I's and crossed their T's on this one. Diddy's legal team got exposed as liars. They lied about that video, said that it was altered, and now they just got hit with a triple whammy because now they got the video audio guy to raise the level of the audio so you could hear what was being said in those sex tapes and who really was controlling and coercing in those sex tapes. They done, son. They done. They done, bro. They done. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Oh, it's not about blurry. Sorry. Sorry. To the person who said that, you're a liar. You're a liar. Jesse BKX, you said like video is blurry. They just got a quality a bit better so the defense will play on that. Watch. Nope, they won't play on that because it wasn't the video. Only thing they did was they raised the audio volume so that you could hear what was being said by Diddy in the background. Remember, I just told you that. They raised, I'm going to say it again, they raised that, right? I'm just telling you what it is. Just so you know. Just so you know. And shout out to Camille and the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you. And also, shout out to Championship Committee. Hashtag TBAS. He said, blessings ticket. You should be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for journalism. Your work on this case. Hashtag 3 the hard way. Hashtag keep cooking. You already know, homie. Salute. Appreciate it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to C. Edwards with the donation. He says, morning, kings and queens. Salute. Ticket, keep dropping jewels. No doubt, homie. I'm on it. Shout out to Stacy Roos with the donation. I appreciate you. Shout out to Mayak. No, I'm sorry. Maya. I'm just going to call you Maya. She said, appreciate the mistrial breakdown. No doubt. Salute to you, my sister. You already know what it is. You know I got to shine somebody. You know I got to shine somebody. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. The only person that benefits from the mistrial is Diddy's lawyers and the government. Because Diddy's lawyers going to keep getting paid. Their checks normally, or it depends, because Diddy would have probably tried to do he'd have probably tried to appeal, but they get paid more money anyways for a mistrial, because that means that they'll run it back, and boom, they're gonna get paid more time. Diddy's gonna have them people on that. Diddy's gonna spend all his money on that mistrial, trying to, get these people correct as far as investigations. Private investigators, all that stuff, man. It's just gonna be too much money for him, bro. I'm telling you, it's literally gonna drain the dude. Right? Salute to everybody tapping on there. And then y'all forgot, Diddy got all those lawsuits out against him too. He got real problems, man. Shout out to Fana Jacobs in the Cash App. The donation says, talk your shit, man. By the way, I'm a man, not a girl. Oh, salute to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. No doubt. Salute to you. You know I be in here cooking. So he got all those civil suits too on his helmet, man. Bro, man, by the time he pay all these people, man, they ain't gonna have nothing. That nigga gonna be walking around here, man, like bruh, man, from the fifth floor, nigga. By the time they finish with Diddy, Diddy gonna be running around here like bruh, man, from the fifth floor. From the fifth floor. The fifth floor. Not the fourth floor, the fifth floor. Yeah, man. So, bad situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, the civil suits, man. And listen, let me tell y'all something. Here's the thing. It's going to be more civil suits that's coming in, too. All right? More civil suits. So, when you talk about all that money being dried up, he got to pay all those lawyers for the civil suits, too. Man, they don't have no bread, bro. They ain't going to have no bread by the time it's over with. Imagine the lawyer, because he ain't got the same lawyers for the criminal and civil. He got different lawyers on the civil. Imagine what he got to pay them lawyers for the civil suits he got. This man got like 70. He got like 60 or 70 civil suits. That's crazy work. So you got to pay lawyers for all those different suits. Right? So y'all hear this. Crazy work, man. Hold on, y'all. Because they taking a break. Dog. Salute to everybody in the building. Yeah, but y'all, if y'all think that this is all they got, man, they got something up their sleeve, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I got a bad feeling, man. They got something up their sleeve, bro. And I told you guys, the feds are going to save the best for last in this case. They're not stupid. They're going out with a bang. So if you think that you've seen anything yet, you ain't seen nothing. But from what I heard too, victim number two's testimony, y'all, she get on the stand and start testifying today. Victim number two, I heard she got a way more explosive testimony than Cassie. I heard Cassie's testimony was child's play compared to victim number two. Victim number two gonna be on the stand until next week, y'all. Think about that. From today until next week. And I heard that it's layers, multiple layers to victim number two. Multiple layers to her situation. So they got some real issues. If that's how it pans out, that she have multiple layers to her situation, bro. Her situation is deep. I'm telling y'all. Diddy shitting bricks. Shitting bricks. Yeah, victim two. I heard she way more. Remember, I heard victim two way more dangerous than Cassie. I ain't finna say no names because we can't say no names. Victim two, way more. Wow, bro. That's all I can really say is wow. Kanita, salute to you in the Cash App with the donation. I appreciate it. Shout out to Kanita in the Cash App, showing love. Salute, my sister. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. These people out here celebrating, thinking he was gonna walk away from a goddamn mistrial. These people crazy as hell. They gonna be mad as hell. They find out he's sitting in jail. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. They gonna be mad as hell. Yeah, nah, you ain't gonna find out who it is. You just gonna find out them allegations is. And them allegations from her, man, bruh. If you read any of the pretrial paperwork, which a lot of people did not read. Matter of fact, let me see something. What a lot of people did not read. If you read any of that pretrial paperwork, man, that's for. Yeah, let me make sure I keep victim 2 under wraps. Cause victim 2, man, Ivy, I don't know, man. These people ain't got no brains. Sometimes you gotta let people just be stuck on stupid. They say stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes sometimes. People gonna say whatever. All right. So now we're on cross examination, y'all. So Tenny Garrigors is doing a cross on this guy. She says, "What was your understanding of the source for the surveillance videos?" He says, "The native system." She says, "How did they come to your possession?" He says, "They were exported and transcoded." So hold on one second, y'all. The government says, oh no, excuse me. Diddy's lawyer says, "Who gave the surveillance video to you?" They said, "The U.S. Attorney's Office." Tenny Gregory said, "Who gave it to them?" He said, "I don't know." Tenny Gregory says, "Did you say it was from a cheap system?" He says, "I don't think I said that." Tenny Gregory says, "Let me show you notes, 3,500. All right, hold on, y'all. Boy, these Diddyites are at it, boy. Government says this is only for the witness. Judge says yes. Tenny Gregory says, "So you called it cheap?" He says, "I don't know when this document was created." She says, "But you thought the system was cheap?" He said, "In a way." She says, "Let me play you 10C103. All right. All right. Hold on, y'all. All right. All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. They playing something. They're playing something right now. Let me see something. Let me see. Oh yeah. Hold on. They don't believe. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get right to this. Yeah. He ain't drunk. No more Sakak for him. Is it Sakak or Sarak? Which one is it? Both. It's no. That's missing. So now he's hearing all this go down. He gonna break, bro. I'm telling you. He gonna end up asking this defense team, see, can y'all still get me that deal? See, can y'all still get me that deal? Some kind of deal. Damn, so that's what you think gonna happen? Yeah. Be smart. And to go back to something you said earlier, same thing with me, man. I'm a little confused when Cassie say that Diddy taught her how to give oral, because I don't see how that works unless he put in his mouth on something. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't need and I don't want to know. You understand? You know, I love my women seasons. Already know. Been through it. Done that. So I ain't into teaching. I wouldn't deal with a woman that I gotta teach anything to other than taking it. And she should be good at that too. She a grown ass woman. You know what I mean? But for him to go and what she said was blatant, that he taught me how to have oral sex and give men fellatios, and she made it seem like he was actually showing him by practicing on some of the men. That's what I took from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. It's real crazy, bro. But it's crazy that, you know, how people don't see how she was groomed into doing this. She was groomed into doing this. And then she is saying
And they playing tapes of her saying things that are provocative because she's saying that because one, she wants to please him. She know he likes to hear this stuff. She know he wants to hear this stuff. So I'm gonna say this stuff to please him. So one, I don't get my ass whooped. Two, I might get a new car, a new gift, or something like that. Three, I might work on my next album. I don't know, man. It is what it is. She also testified that the longest freak off her and Diddy had lasted 4 days. Bruh, I can't imagine having sex for 40 minutes. You talking about 4 days. My man, that's a lot of freaking off. They had tag teams or something? Oh, it was yeah, no, was it her, Diddy, and 4, 5, 6 other guys, or just her, Diddy, another guy? Yo, that's just crazy to me, bro. See, and they tell off on their story. So, he had said that his parties are so wild that he has to have an ambulance outside of his house. He said that his parties are so wild, bro, that he got to have an ambulance outside his house. And they have to do a drip afterwards. He is sitting outside around poolside doing an IV drip with his mama. I don't know. Maybe that's some rich. That may be some rich that we don't know nothing about. But he was doing an IV drip after one of his freak off of one of his parties. He had said that. You remember the time he kissed his mama in the mouth?
If you are in the clothing business, then I recommend you download the Alibaba.com app. The Alibaba.com app is a global procurement.
So Big Gene been telling y'all this stuff over and over and over and over and over again. Cass didn't want to listen, and now y'all gonna see what it is, right? Let's keep going.
They was getting the drip. And she said that after she did the freak offs, they would have to do IV drips. Man, here we go again. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. And they got other drugs, the mushrooms and all these other things, man. Yo, this is going to be, dude, if he gets off, which I doubt he will, but it don't make me a bit of motherfucking difference because he's through. He can't come back from none of this shit we heard. And if he thinks so, then we ain't worried about no music. The nigga ain't made music in the last 10, 15, 20 years. He couldn't even make his own son a star. So we know he ain't doing music no more. He couldn't even make his own son a star. So my whole thing about it is that Big, Wolf, Fur, all the people that I know, they got they just due by that nigga sitting in court, fighting for his life and losing whatever prestige or whatever he had. And I'm glad with that. I'm good with that, bro. I'm good with this nigga losing everything that people help him get. And I'm talking about in our earlier days, having to be at clubs, having to be at places, making sure we risking our lives, people risking their lives, people doing things to make sure that he's all right, that he's good. I'm good with Big, Wolf, Craig Mack, all the people that he did wrong, getting some kind of justice behind his having to face what he got to face now. And for all you crab ass mofos that want to talk and say shit about me, what you eat don't make me shit. And I'm good with me. I'm really good with me. I'm good that God had me put my foot on that neck and keep it on there. Now, I'm not responsible for none of this sexual shit that he's going through. I was here, brother, to tell you about this character, the principles, how he did people that was close to him that risked their life for him. How people came out of their pockets for him to make sure that he was all right when he went through that city college and things like that. I was here to let y'all know he didn't deserve an honorary degree from Howard University. I was here to let y'all know he didn't deserve the key to the city. I was here to let y'all know, to let the people know that all that good son stuff that he tried to portray, he wasn't a good son. He was cussing his mom out, talking all kinds of shit about him. He even said that my mama could put her palms on the floor. What kind of shit is that? That was their relationship, though. Had nothing to do with the Cassie shit. That was after my time. But I let y'all know.
He said, what?
He wasn't who he said he was. He ain't deserved none of the things that he was given. The key to New York, the key to the city, up out of here. Tried to portray that he grew up in Harlem, but there's not one block that he could go to and hang out in Harlem and say, this was my block I used to hang out on. Now, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I can hang out from 112th Street from 8th Avenue to Lenox Avenue. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I can hang out on 144th and 8th Avenue. Those are the blocks I hung out on. You couldn't tell that nigga to go to a block, but he claimed he was from Harlem. He used the same game. He used my crew, Slick and the family too. Puff Daddy and the family. He took a lot of shit without paying his dues. And when y'all say that it was dudes that never checked him, he got checked. But he went a whole nother way. He could hide behind the money. He could hide behind the rich and the famous. And not have the dudes who were there. Now y'all finding out it wasn't only Cassie. It was people before Cassie. You got Kirk Burroughs telling his story. Wait till he hit the stands. It's a lot of stuff gonna go down, y'all. I was just here to let y'all know you ain't got to be scared of dude. You ain't got to be scared at all. Come out, tell your story with the truth, and you'll prevail. You ain't got to be scared at all. Come out, tell your story with the truth, and you'll prevail.
Man. Yeah, man, Diddy, man. I mean, he in big trouble, bro. He definitely in major trouble. So the government is saying there are two. Oh no, Diddy's lawyer is saying there are 2 minutes not shown. He says this is my corrected version, but there are a few issues we cannot correct. He says the system buffering is some of that time, and some portions were motion activated. Diddy's lawyer says, let's again play the mail coming into the elevator bank at 11:02, and then the timestamps are jumping around. On the video, Cassie's being kicked on the ground. He said it's continuous. He said it's constantly playing catch up. They said play ahead. We're at 11:28. Diddy's lawyers are stupid, bro. Diddy's lawyers are the dumbest people known to planet Earth. They're trying to make y'all think that video didn't happen. Are these people out of these rabbit ass minds? These people are crazy as hell. These people are insane. Diddy's lawyers is out here trying to make people feel like, hey, man, they trying to make people feel like, hey, that video did never happen. Y'all didn't see that happen in that video. Man, what's wrong with these people, man? Right? Crazy work. Crazy work, bro.
Get big to that party. I'm glad Miss Wallace ain't here, brother, to see and hear what we're finding out about D-Rock now and the things that he did and how he was, so close to Puff and doing some of the things with Puff. And it's crazy right now. I'm glad Miss Wallace is not here to hear that because she was somewhat fond of D-Rock. You understand? She was really fond of D-Rock. But it's crazy, man, how all this stuff is going out. And I told this story, and now it's become viral on a lot of platforms and a lot of things is going viral on the internet that D-Rock helped line Big up, for that night Big got murdered. You understand? And it was crazy, and it goes through my mind every time I hear something about that. I'm seeing D-Rock hold his head talking about, yo, they got my man. They got my man. The night Big got shot up. So I just wanted to bring that out there, bro. And you might have some more questioning on that later on or whatever. I don't know. But you go ahead and do your thing, man. That was real big on this trial to me. To hear that come out there like that. Wow, man. But speaking of Suge, Cassie testified that Diddy stopped in the middle of a freak-off. When D-Rock came in the room and told Diddy that Suge was at a diner, you know anything about that? Can you break that down? Well, see, I know 2 situations like that. See, Cassie told the story on the witness stand about how Puff and her was in a freak-off, and then D-Rock intervened or whatever like that, and they masked themselves up in all black, took the guns out the safe, and went to find Suge. You know what I'm saying? Suge even spoke about he glad they didn't find him because a whole lot of other people probably been dead then too, if they would have found him. And she testified that, Puff and D-Rock was going to try to, unalive Suge. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I do know this, me and D-Rock had a conversation about why he's so close to Puff now. You understand? And he told me he was in a diner, Mel's Diner. I guess it was probably Mel's Diner. That's one of the diners that stay late open in California. He said that he was trapped in there and he ain't have no burners or nothing on him. He ain't have no guns, no nothing. He said he called Puff. Now, this is a story coming from D-Rock. He said he called Puff, and Puff came there. But if Puff would have came in the diner, they would have known something. He didn't come in the diner. He sent Cassie in there with the burners. And Cassie gave D-Rock the gun in the diner. This is coming from D-Rock. The story Cassie told is that it was a whole different story from what D-Rock had told me, because D-Rock said he was in the diner himself. And Puff came down there with the guns, sent Cassie in there and gave him one, and was outside waiting on him to come outside. So that's the story that I knew, and I had already said that and expressed that in one of my shows before. Now, the story Cassie told, it was like she saw D-Rock and Puff both put on black and went to go unalive Suge. So those are two different stories that I know of. You know, one from D-Rock and the one we heard from Cassie. It may be the same story, and Cassie just flipped it some kind of way. Because D-Rock told me this years ago. And then maybe Cassie just, flipped it in a certain kind of way because she took the gun to D-Rock, according to D-Rock.
Crazy, man. But to get into this lawsuit, right, Cassie, she testified that Diddy would force male escorts to urinate in her mouth during fricos.
My man, that's a touchy and difficult subject when you're a man and you have daughters. You understand? And that's why we as men need to play a prominent part in our daughters' lives, because you get men like this that's got this corrupt and devious minds that they don't respect womanhood. You understand? That's some nasty, perverted things that you want to have somebody urinate in the mouth of somebody who's going to be talking to you in your face, who's going to be kissing on you, who's going to be eating food with you. What kind of deviant and crazy mind you have to have somebody do that to somebody that you care about, you supposed to care about, that you supposed to love, man. Something is sick about that, brother. You can't tell me that that's some kind of fetish. You know what I'm saying? He didn't outdid R. Kelly with that shit right there, bro. When I heard that, so that's an effed up subject and situation, man. To even imagine that you got somebody doing that to somebody that you supposed to care about and you supposed to be in a relationship with.
Yeah, when I heard that was crazy to hear. Disturbing, man.
Yeah, that was disgusting, bro. I mean, that's why I told people, bro. People really think Cassie wanted to reveal this stuff. People really think Cassie wanted to tell people that this type of stuff was happening to her. Man, ain't no way in hell Cassie wanted everybody to know that this was happening to her, bro. She didn't want people to know that. She damn sure didn't want that information to ever get out. Ever. Ever. You understand what I'm saying? So back to this court situation, man. They're basically just looking at the video, and Diddy's lawyers are just full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Diddy's lawyers are just full of shit. That's basically all there is to it. His lawyers are full of it. They, let me see. They're just out here shooting the shit, man. You know, that's it. So all these lawyers are doing is wasting people's time. That's it. That's all they doing. You said that goes against, man, that's some nasty stuff, man. I mean, bro, like I said before. No, but a lot of y'all the ones that like Diddy anyway. Y'all like that type of stuff. A lot of y'all like that stuff. Like I said, a lot of these people, they secretly like Diddy. So, you know, they fantasize about Diddy. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. He said other demons like this demon. Man, it's like a bunch of demons just getting together, man. That's all there is to it. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. What?
You can't make this shit up, bro. This is made for Triple X TV. The stories that we're hearing about the things that Cassie has done, and we got these people out here believing that, you know, she made this shit up. She ain't did this with nobody. I ain't seen not one of her ex-boyfriends. I ain't seen not one of the people that she dated in high school or none of that stuff come out and say that she was doing that way before she got to Diddy. So it is disturbing, bro. It's disturbing that he could brainwash her to the point where that she believing that she pleasing him and all his fetishes and everything by doing some that she's doing for him, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, she testified that Diddy, he'll rub male escorts cum on his nipples. That's crazy, man.
Bro, what do you want me to say about that? You know, that's some nasty, perverted you know what I'm saying? Bro, when you that high and you into that, that's the, to me, that's the demonic, bro. That's some old crazy other world excuse me for my language, that's some crazy other world stuff that people in their right minds don't even think of stuff like that, bro. People that's not in a whole sense of being perverted, that's triple X type of shit, man. That's stuff that normal people don't even think of, man. How high do you get that you want another man juices rubbed on you?
Well, that's disgusting, man. Hey, bro, y'all really gotta think about this, man. Diddy literally was Diddy. You got dudes that's really capping for Diddy, and Diddy was doing this type of stuff, man. That's crazy work, man. That's crazy work, bro. So, anyways, Hold on, you guys. What these lawyers talking about? Oh God, man. Diddy's lawyers are trying to say, hey, man, they're trying to basically say we didn't see what we saw. Oh my God, the lawyers are assholes, man. This is crazy, bro. Your client tried to let it go. Man, bro. These lawyers are wasting everybody's time, bro. They're trying to stall these witnesses. That's all they're doing, bro. Diddy's lawyers I peeped their game. When they don't want a witness to come up there or they want to stall out on a witness, what Diddy's lawyers do is they cap. They cap. Right? Let's see. What just happened? Hold on. What? Damn. All right, so y'all remember the girl who put one of Diddy's bodyguards in a lawsuit? And the bodyguard turned back around and filed $100 million lawsuit against her. The bad boy, Diddy's security, Diddy's bodyguard. They just threw his lawsuit out. So according to reports, it says that the Diddy accuser dodges $100 million defamation lawsuit from the bad boy mogul's ex-bodyguard. Now it says that the girl's name was Thalia Graves, accused Diddy and his ex-bodyguard Joseph Sherman of R-wording her in a lawsuit back in September of 2024. And it says Diddy accused Thalia Graves has successfully avoided the $100 million defamation lawsuit the bad boy mogul's former bodyguard filed against her. A federal judge decided to dismiss the case yesterday, or day before yesterday. It says the plaintiff, Joseph Sherman, filed in response to her bombshell allegations in which she accused him and Diddy of allegedly drugging and R-wording her in 2001 at Daddy's House recording studios. Now, she made the claims in one of the many lawsuits alleged victims have filed against Diddy. Now, according to All Hip Hop, he claimed he had not only never met her, but he also stopped working for Diddy in '99. In turn, he labeled the allegations completely and utterly false. Regardless, the New York District Judge Annalisa Torres ruled that the New York law prohibits defamation claims arising out of statements made in litigation. So the complaint asserts that at least 5 patently frivolous claims, she wrote in her decision as caught by Rolling Stone. The defamation claim is barred by an absolute privilege of intentional infliction of emotional distress and abuse of process claims are premised upon the conduct that does not support such claims. The vexatious litigation claim is not recognized under New York law, and malicious prosecution claim is plainly premature. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen. This is gonna be the same thing that happens in that other case that got with Tony Busby. It's gonna get thrown out. Because when somebody files a lawsuit against you and they come with those allegations, that's litigation. So, yeah, that judge just threw it out. I know he gotta be mad as hell. And salute to all my new subscribers. If y'all not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like the video. I appreciate all of y'all tapping on in. Yo, let's get 10 subscribers. We 10 subscribers away from 209,000. So if we can get 10 subscribers right now, let's get to 10,000 subscribers. You said it's a Me Too money grab. I wouldn't say that because you don't know the person. If you don't know the person, how can you judge a person that you don't know? It's hard to judge a person you don't know. You know? It's easy for you to say it's a Me Too money grab. Why doesn't nobody say that these guys may be predators? Why nobody say that? Why everybody got to say it's a money grab? Nobody ever thinks, hey man, these guys may be predators. Think about that. You never say that. You always say, oh, it's a Me Too money grab, but never say, hey man, these guys may be predators, bro. Think about that part. We 8 subscribers away, y'all. 8 subscribers. Who will be those 8 subscribers to get us over the hump? Right? Who will be those 8 subscribers to get us over the hump? Right? So yeah. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, we 4 subscribers away. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, share, and subscribe. We 4 subscribers away, y'all. 4. What? No, man. No, ain't no way in hell, bro. Don't tell me this. Nah, man. Hold on, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. What in the world? Man, ain't no way, bro. Nah, I don't even want to believe that, man. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't want to believe that, bro. I don't want to believe that. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. What? Man, these lawyers ain't doing nothing but wasting time, man. Nah, man, I was reading a report where people were questioning whether or not Dwayne Wade's son got a BBL, man. Man, come on, man. This is crazy work, man. This is disgusting, bro. There ain't no way in hell, bro. because they saying that Dwayne Wade's son got implants. Oh my God, bro. Oh, man, bro. Unbelievable, man. They already said that his son got implants, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. They said, I think they said the son got a C cup. Oh my God, bro. We gotta stop this, man. Come on, bro. They going that this is what the article's saying online. And they're saying that now it's being questioned whether or not the son got a BBL. Oh, oh my God. Oh, son Zaya. Oh my God. Yeah, man. Everybody's upset with Diddy's lawyers, man. So, man. Oh my God, I want to throw up, bro. I want to throw up, man. God. And I'm seeing where everybody's mad at Elon Musk now. They talking about Elon Musk went off on Trump. All them people that love Elon Musk, now they say they hate Elon Musk. I wonder what Elon Musk did. I just seen that come across too on my screen. They was like, oh, Elon Musk is a traitor. I'm like, what? Hold on. These same people that said that they love Elon Musk just 2 days ago. What the hell? I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on? Y'all was all in here telling me Elon Musk that nigga 2 days ago. Oh, he that guy. Man. Whether you have an Elon. Oh man, this is hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
After dating ejaculated or come on your girl.
Oh.
How high do you get for that shit, bro? I always say this. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Yeah, that's crazy. But do you believe that he'll rub male escorts cum on his nipples? Like, you believe he'll do something like that? I believe from the witness. The witness said it. The witness said that's what she had to do, and that's what she did. She's being forefront in her testimony. She's telling all the nasty stuff that she did. She said all the nasty stuff that he did. Right now, he's getting his judgments right here on earth, bro. He's hearing all the perverted things he had to see that he was doing. And now that he's not on those drugs, reality is sinking in. See, when he's all on those drugs and everything like that, it seemed like it was nothing. But now that he's been in jail, and he probably ain't getting the drugs, because we know they sneak drugs in jail too, you understand? But he probably ain't getting the drugs. He's sitting there, and reality is hitting him, man. He's seeing all the stuff that he was doing, and it probably be a time that he break down in court, some kind of way. Yeah, she also testified how Diddy had an inflatable pool in his hotel room where he filled it up with baby oil full of RICO. Yo, my man, all this is coming from the drugs. You put an inflatable pool in a hotel, you take baby oil and you fill it up, and you watch your girl get smashed out by a male escort that you didn't pay to come in to have sex with her, so you could get his semen and rub it on your body and watch. And man, come on, bro. I hope this ain't the whole interview, bro. This line of questioning is nasty, bro. This line of questioning is crazy that we are witnessing one of the most perverted acts. But this was be happening behind closed doors, bro. He ain't the only one. He probably been to other parties like that. He probably seen other dudes and other people that's just as rich as he is doing some crazy shit like this, bro. Yeah, she also said how Diddy had her heating up the baby oil in a sink with hot water for fricos. He put her ass to work, I guess, man. It's crazy. He put her to work, man, all kind of ways. She's his girl. She's an employee. She's a singer. She's a sex slave. You understand? My man, the things that he had this little girl do, and the brainwashing, and people don't believe that she was brainwashed, man. They think that she thought of all this stuff, even when she instructed the dude to pee in her mouth. He probably told her way before this, I want him to pee in your mouth. And she probably said, before she got high, in my mouth? You want him to pee in my mouth? And then she got so high and on those drugs, she gonna allow him to do that because she rather take the piss in the mouth than the fist in the mouth. And people don't see that. Now, I'm not hating on they sexual fantasies and the shit they doing, but the psychological point of it is that this is a young girl. And I can't believe that she just want him mofo to pee in her mouth. She trying to please dude, bro. And she was doing anything to try to please him. You know what I'm saying? So I guess she was taking the piss in the mouth instead of the fist in the mouth.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, man, them drugs and stuff will have you doing all kind of crazy stuff, man. Real talk. Diddy's lawyers are full of shit. They're in here wasting people's time, y'all. I'm gonna come back after lunch when they get the real people understand, because his lawyers are full of shit.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you gotta do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.